So thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And I'm Poppa. This is Poppa Paints. Today we're going to paint a Rhesus Macaque Monkey, as might be seen in Silver Springs State Park, because they're there. There's a lot of them there. And this is a little bit of a challenge because mostly it's a mess of twigs and sticks and greenery behind the monkey. And that's supposed to be, what do they call them again? A cypress knee. Yeah, I don't know if it looks like a cypress knee, but that's what it is. And there's our monkey. Just an impressionistic idea. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for all those things. You've left some really nice comments in the last couple of days, and also some critiques that I will be, of course, responding to and probably making changes based on those critiques. But thank you for that. And I'll show you how I did this Rhesus Macaque Monkey painting right now. Okay. Well, good morning. Thank you so much for so many nice comments and sharing your art on the Facebook page. That is really awesome. I want to share your art with the YouTube channel as well. So that's going to be fun. I have a lot to catch up on though. There was a lot of activity yesterday. All right, so today what I want to do is I want to do a picture. Oh, you know what I should do? I should probably sketch it in first. I jumped to the gun here. Let me get a pencil. Yeah, because this one has a monkey in it. A monkey in the middle. And this is a Rhesus Macaque or Macaque Monkey. Just so you know, I got a story for you about these monkeys. So here in Ocala, we have a place called Silver Springs. It's a state park now. It used to be like a theme park before there was Disney and Universal Studios. There were some other attractions in Florida that were more natural based, I guess you would say. So one of them was Silver Springs, which is the place where they have the glass bottom boats. And it was very popular. A lot of people would show up and visit from all over the world, and then when Disney opened up, it sort of changed everything for the theme park. And then for many years they didn't know what to do with it, but it eventually became a state park, which it's a beautiful state park, and they still have the glass bottom boats, and they still have the Rhesus Macaque monkeys, which I'm going to try to draw here. Try to draw and try to paint. And there's an interesting story behind them. I'm first going to tell you that I'm going to read to you the story that I found on the Silver Springs website, because I've heard different stories of how the monkeys got there in the first place. And I don't know, other than what I've heard. But I do know that so many of the people have heard different stories. Like, for example, one of them is that they would see the Tarzan movies used to be made there. And some people will say that the monkeys were brought during the filming of the Tarzan movies. And other people will say, no, that's not true. They were brought as a way to get tourists to take the pontoon boat rides or something like that. And everybody who has an opinion is sure that theirs is the right one. It's kind of like arguing about where the best pizza is. Does that make sense? So anyway, I'll read to you what it says on the website. We'll just leave it at that. So I'm not really sure what to believe. But anyway, here's what I can tell you from firsthand. They are really cute. They are really cute. I know they're dangerous. I know they can hurt you. But, so can a squirrel, I guess, if you're holding it. You can have squirrel bites, and so can a hamster. A pet in a little cage in your home. I remember I had hamsters when I was a kid, and I got bit quite often. Every time you get bit, my mother would say, we got to get a tetanus shot, or we got to do this, we got to do that. It was kind of a routine for me. One of the hamsters I had babies, and so I had to change the hamster's name. The name was originally Dick, and I changed it to Mrs. Dick. That's kind of funny. I remember all the adults laughed. I guess I get it now. I didn't get it so much before. All right, so what I'm trying to draw here is some of these cypress roots and cypress knees that are so plentiful along the side of the river. And yes, you don't want to pet these monkeys. In fact, you don't want to feed them. You don't want to tease them. You kind of just want to be glad you can see them in the trees. And Rob and I have a friend who was on a canoe in the river, and she saw and videotaped. Yeah, she saw them and videotaped them. They were jumping out of the trees. It was really cool video to see. I've never seen that in person, but I have seen the monkeys myself in person. And they will look at you, and if they see you, and they look like they're smiling at you, but they're not. They're showing their teeth to let you know that you shouldn't come any closer. And I'm never that close to them. I'm always like a distance. But one time, wait, I got one story. I saw a monkey, crawling along the fence, the wooden fence. I sure did. There's a garbage truck outside. I don't know if you can hear it or not. Right, so I'm just doing a lot of these little pokey things that are sticking out everywhere. Also, this is going to be light, and that's dark, and the monkey himself is light colored. So, all right, there's our monkey and the basic sketch here. All right, now I can start adding that water. Keep the monkey light, keep all this foreground stuff light, and then I'll add some color to it, and while it's drying, I will read to you what it says about these monkeys on the website. So a lot of the things you guys wrote to me were so relatable. I know most of you are artists, and some of you were sharing that you like to make cards also, and the joy that is like a two-sided joy. You get joy from giving them, and the people who you get them, who receive them, are you have some joy also. Absolutely true. All right, I'm just gonna try to dab a little bit of blue and a little bit of green in here. Yeah, and we were talking in the last video about selling the art, and it struck a chord with a lot of people. I will tell you this, that I wasn't trying to suggest anything other than showing you a way that I do it. And here's the thing, I don't honestly expect much from it. It's mostly a way, because when I give away a card, then I don't have the card anymore. So it's mostly a way to still have it. I can get a print of it, through, I can buy a card my own self, or like at the church when they have a fundraiser, sometimes they'll come to Robin and I, and they'll ask us if we have any art that we'd like to donate for. They've raised money for hungry and different missions that they go on, and absolutely. So we donate art, not just cards. We do full big pictures as well, and those big pictures get a few dollars for the cause, whatever it is that they're raising money for. Boy, that garbage truck is loud. You hear him? Wow. And so by doing the what I showed in the other video was Fine Art America Pixels.com, and I was just showing you that you can buy your own cards, and then you could sell the prints too that way, and that's just another way to help somebody out, I guess. So anyway, let's try to get a little bit of a rough dark color green in the background where this Rhesus Macaque Monkey lives, and then once I get on here, which I'm almost there now, I can read to you the piece about these guys, and I will tell you right away, I'm probably saying it wrong. Rhesus is right, but M-A-C, let me see how you spell macaque, M-A-C-A-Q-U-E, I think. I don't even see it. Oh yeah, M-A-C-A-Q-U-E. So I don't know if it's macaque or macaque. But okay, while it's drying, let me read to you. It says, "Why are there monkeys at Silver Springs?" This is from springsinflorida.com. I think. Let me make sure that's the website. Yeah, springsinflorida.com. Why are there monkeys at Silver Springs? It says this: as far as the Silver Springs in Florida goes, the monkeys that thrive there are an invasive species that carry a chronic disease that could be fatal to humans. While there's a lot to explore on the Silver Springs, the monkeys are to watch out for, as they can ambush you out of nowhere and might even pass on herpes to you. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. Silver Springs Park has been one of the main tourist attractions of the place, but the monkey infestation began about 80 years ago. Now they are almost 300 in number, and their population is expected to double in the next few years. Wow. So here's the next part of this. When did the monkeys invade the Silver Springs? It says invade the Silver Springs. It should say the Silver River, or it should say Silver Springs State Park or something. But I guess the person who wrote this doesn't live in the area. And the person writes, the monkeys belong to the species Rhesus macaque, or macaque, indigenous to South and Southeast Asia. So how did these monkeys land up in the Floridan Silver Springs Park? The Floridan Silver Springs Park, huh? In 1938, a tour boat operator named Colonel Toohey, T-O-O-E-Y, released just 6 Rhesus macaque monkeys onto a small island, later converted to Silver Springs Park. His motive was to create a park closely resembling the Tarzan story, therefore he procured the monkeys from New York City. But what Colonel Toohey didn't know is that this particular species of monkeys are excellent swimmers. They escaped the premises within minutes of releasing them, within minutes. Thus, to replace them, 6 or more monkeys were bought. They, too, escaped. Like the previous batch, by the early 1980s, these monkeys had already spread across what now is a 5,000-acre park. As they began to grow in numbers, the Florida government ordered the removal of 1,000 of these monkeys from the place between 1984 and 2012. 20 female monkeys of the same species were sterilized. The officials believe that if they can sterilize half of the existing female population, they can significantly reduce the growth of these species. Well, I won't read the rest, but that's that story about Colonel Tui is one of the two stories I've heard. All right, back to our monkey, our little guy here. So let me start putting some color on him, or her, or it. What I'm going to do is take some orange and kind of put it down here on this end of him. And yes, I am looking at a reference photo. I think maybe somebody misunderstood something I posted and said something about using reference photos. I do use reference photos most of the time. Usually I find them online, but quite often I'll use a picture that Robin took or that I took and work from that. Or like if we're doing a video, I'll take the video and I'll do a screenshot of the video. I'm just trying to spread this color around. Get a little bit lighter on this side, a little bit darker over here. Yeah, a little bit on his face. Get some of that over there. So, okay, trying to spread some of these. These cypress knees. Get some color on them. Yeah, see, these are actually lighter than the green behind it, so I gotta be careful here. Make sure it's light. In fact, let me just brush this in here, and I'll come back to it. Then I can add the dark areas. Yeah. So it's very, very rough right now. I think I need some color in there and then some more dark in the back. And I'll just keep working it light to dark. Alright, let's see if I get some like a reddish pink. If I can lighten this color here. Use a little red. Get this on the face here. It looks purple. Let me spread out that water there. So, well, the other thing about the monkeys, I read to you the thing it said about the disease. I would say that's probably true for most animals. I mean, wild animals are definitely not something you want to be messing with. We have so many alligators in that water too, and it's not the disease. It's not the disease in their case that you're worried about. Hey, these guys have teeth too. These monkeys, they do, but it doesn't take away from the fact that they are super cute. They are really cute, so just let them have their space. I honestly don't know. The article kind of made it seem like it says they could ambush you. I'm not saying they don't, because I've never heard of that. What I've heard of is people feeding them, and then they come and look for more. Put it that way. They look for more food. So it's something to consider, that the people who've been ambushed maybe were doing something. But I'm not the expert. I know somebody's going to come back at me and say, "Oh, Larry, that's not right. Poppa, you're wrong. Poppa, you're wrong." That's what's good about being part of the human race. You can tell somebody else they're wrong. Monkeys can't tell each other they're wrong. They just fight and bite. Anyway, it doesn't change my first statement that they're cute, right? But that statement still holds to be true. All right, little by little, I'm starting to put some color in some of these areas down here. Keep it all that green is still there, so I have to. Basically, I'm just doing dirty water right now. There we go. Now let me get some details on that monkey. Use a small brush. Make sure he's dry pretty much. He's pretty much dry. So let me get some of this dark color here. Make sure he's got some eyes. I'm not trying to do a detailed picture of him, by the way. It's very loosely sketched. There's his eyes. There's the side of his cheeks, the bottom of his mouth. I'll put a little more darkness down here. So if you ever happen to come here, the park rents canoes, and it is really enjoyable to go canoeing on that river. And some people do those paddleboard things, and those look pretty cool. I don't know that I could do that because I think I'm too old. I think I'm too out of shape. How about I just be honest about it? I think I would fall off. But I can sit in a canoe. I can do that. Yeah. And Rob and I have, I think I've shared this with you before, that we've canoed the entire almost the entire Silver River. We went from the springs, which is the headwaters, the beginning where the water first exits the earth and starts heading downstream. And we went all the way to what's called the Boat Basin. It was about 5 miles. Now, it was downstream, so yes, we had Mother Nature helping us. It doesn't mean I wasn't exhausted by the time we were done. I was so tired. Wow, I couldn't wait. And I was so hot. I don't know, I can't remember what time of year it was, but I was so worn out. So worn out. And so glad to get into that van. A van picked us up. You know, they have a service where they will pick you up and take you back to your car. I was so glad to be in that air-conditioned van. And the guy had some fresh, cold water in there too, so that was nice. Alright, now this is truly just trying to get this monkey to look like a monkey. I'll try to get a little bit of, let's see, a little bit of this color maybe. a tiny bit of purple in there. Just spread it out a little bit. Yeah, a little bit dark there, but not so dark. Gotta lighten that up a lot and spread it out with the water. Yes, the monkeys are a very interesting topic. If you see one, if you see some, you will be so, you're never going to stop talking about it. It's like seeing a celebrity. The monkeys on the river are the celebrities of the area. Absolutely. So, no offense to the actual celebrities, but the monkeys are truly amazing. Okay. Did I overdo it a little bit? Just try to spread this out. Make it look more like fur. I wonder what it's like to be a monkey in a tree. What is that life like? I mean, what they live on? Bugs? They live on whatever they can find, I guess. That's an amazing thing about nature, is that every living thing has a way to survive. All right, now I'm going to add some darkness. I have to put a lot of darkness behind the monkey because I want him to stand out. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this black or Payne's gray. By the way, I noticed that some of the comments were saying that I'm using student grade paint. I didn't know that. Well, maybe I'm a student. Nothing wrong with being a student. You know, the bottom line for me with these cards is that they make people happy. You know, I think I've shared this with you before. I know in the last video I was talking about selling them. I was just showing a way to sell them in a way that works a little bit for me. I mean, I do sell a few of them, but the original cards, like this one, the one I'm painting, I sell rarely. Very rarely does somebody actually want to buy the original painting, but sometimes they do. Most of the time they just want to print, and I don't have a printer. I don't even want to buy a printer. But that little company I was telling you about called Fine Art America, or Pixels, they got a printer. They got a printer, and they'll print them for you. So what's wrong with that? Hey, everybody to each his own, right? To each his own. Eat your bologna. Eat bologna. I like bologna. Why is bologna always like the low end on the food chain? That's the last thing you want to eat, right? Not me. I'm a bologna guy. I've always been full of bologna. How about that? Huh? A little self-depreciating humor. Yeah, so if I can just keep working this, make sure I get some blues in there, some greens. Make sure the monkeys got a lot of stuff happening behind them. Because this is a picture of a monkey, but it's also a picture of the surrounding area. And you can do anything with it, you know. over here too. It needs to be darker so that this cypress knee is exaggerated a little bit. Keep adding things. There's just a lot happening behind the monkey. A lot of greenery. Just keep working it. Just keep adding things. Making sure I'm keeping some of the light areas so it's not completely dark. This is kind of a challenge here, doing this monkey here. I just wanted to do it. I wish I had found a better article to read to you. That wasn't the best article. That didn't even sound like it was written by somebody who lives around here. I actually know, Rob and I know a photographer who does work for National Geographic. And this guy, his name is Mark Emery. And he truly is an expert on the area. He knows, he's a great photographer, but in addition to that, he just really knows the area. Him and his wife both do. I really don't. I mean, not like he does. He's incredible, so I should probably read an article by him. But that, you got the gist of that. That was one of the things. The fact that they carry disease, that's probably true. Makes sense to me. But you know, also on that river, there are otters. And otters will bite you too. They look cute too. In fact, I would argue that the otters look cuter than the monkeys. But, you know, they're wild animals, so you don't want to be touching them. I guess you could have an otter as a pet. When Robin and I did children's songs, Robin sang a song, and it was called "If I Could Have a Lion as a Pet." And the line was, "If I could have a lion as a pet, no one would mess with me, I bet." Isn't that funny? But you shouldn't own a lion, for a lion should be free. But I'd love to have a lion be friends with me. That was the words to the song. And Robin sings in her sweet voice. Yeah, those were the days. That's before I was Poppa. Back then I was the giant. It was Robin and the Giant. That was our stage name. Yep. Those were fun, memorable times too. Absolutely. So this is coming together, I think. I hope this is coming together. My Rhesus Macaque Monkey. Now, if you could have a domesticated Rhesus Macaque Monkey, what would you name it? Mac? Macaque? Rhesus? Rhesus Pieces? We call it Rhesus Pieces. That's what I call the poop. When you go to Silver Springs and you see these little monkey poops on the sidewalk, I call them Rhesus Pieces. I know it's spelled differently, but still fun. Still fun to have fun with words, right? Okay, let's see. Some of the sticks he's sitting on, all these twigs. Not twigs, but roots. Yeah, I'm not trying to paint every single thing in the reference photo. Just trying to give a basic underlying thing, the underlying feel. So I'm using these watercolors, which are called Winsor & Newton, and there's the box. It's called Cotman watercolor, and I love them. They're fine by me. But when I was reading out some of the comments yesterday, I guess everybody doesn't love them, but they weren't for me. I had a lot of nice comments, and I had a few that were not so nice. I guess that's the way the world is, right? If I'm going to be a papa, I got to make sure my grandson knows, as nice as you are, is probably as nice as it's going to get, because the world isn't always so nice. But you got to be nice. You should try to be nice. Sometimes it's not easy being nice. When people are not nice to you, right? All right, let's see now. What can I do to improve this guy here? I'm going to let this stuff dry, and I'll see what happens. I'll start working on the bottom areas now. So I want to paint a lot of different twigs and things down here. Put some shadows on this. Cypress knee. Just like everything, you have to work it little at a time. Rhesus Macaque. What would I name him? I didn't get back to that, did I? I should get back to that topic. You could name him just anything. You could name him Pete. Pete the monkey. Or how about Pat? Then it becomes a verb. Pat the monkey. Right? Or Steve. Steve the monkey. The monkey that I took a picture of in Silver Springs, I did name him. I called him Smiley because he was smiling right at the camera. And it was a great picture. Not in a photography sense, it was just I just loved being able to have that picture of him. And then when I saw that one monkey running across the fence, I got a videotape of him. Let me see if I can put a B-roll in this video. Let's see if I can find that video of the monkey running across the fence. So if you're seeing it right now, that means I was successful at doing that. A lot of what I have to do here is to wait for it to dry and then just add some, like a wash over it. Put some little spots over here. just a lot of sticks sticking out everywhere over here. The whites, the light colors are really, you have to use the paper to get that, of course. So you have to paint in the dark, the negative space, to kind of create that look of lots of things happening. And sometimes let's let the watercolor do its thing. Let's see if I can do a little bit of touching up here with some light, a light wash. Just get this just like a dirty water thing here. Keep adding more shadows in here. The Rhesus Macaque Monkeys. Well, this was definitely a challenge for me today. I mean, even just trying to create that background was a little bit of a challenge. I want to, before I wrap it up, I want to thank everybody again for sending me the kind words that you sent me, and sharing your artwork on the Facebook page that Facebook group that I created. I had it wrong the first time I did it. I created a Facebook page and nobody could post anything on there except for me, which is not what I wanted. I wanted to be a community here. So, and I've never looked at myself doing this as being a tutor or a teacher. I'm mostly just painting and sharing it with you. So thank you for those of you who get it. Some people don't get it, but most of you do. Most of you do. We're all learning together, right? If we came here to learn, then we're teaching each other. I think that looks good. He's a little bit, maybe his face is a little bit too fat. Just shore it up a little bit right there. I don't know. Maybe a little bit of red next to his nose. A little bit of a shadow there. A tiny bit of a mouth. Okay, well this is probably going to be one of those that I don't love, but I like the process. All right, let me do a few. Let me lift up some paint in a few areas. one more thing. Let me get the back of the card smudged up a bit. And make it messy so it can dry. Just adding some little dabs of color here and there. There's a few things. Here we go. There's our little macaque monkey. Okay. Well, it's not my favorite one. Let me try it off and I'll be right back. Okay. So let's fold it over. And there's our card. Our macaque, Rhesus Macaque Monkey card. Well, that's a first for me. Alright, I guess that's it. I'll see you later. Bye.